Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 70. In line with what I've been doing in previous weeks, what I think I would like to do is take a look at the submissions that we have here and maybe pick a few of them that I feel are good for the final part. Only because we have one part left, and I think maybe a few of these things would actually be a little bit better. I'm not sure. Let's see here. My reaction to paying higher taxes in the USA 2024, that could be interesting. I don't know who John Prosser is, so to ask if he's being paid by Apple, I don't really care. I've never heard of the person. This is in regards to the graphics card that my wife's PC has, and I'm going to be migrating over from my PC to my wife's PC over the summer. So basically they're saying, hey, is it any good at doing things 1080 and 1440p? That's interesting, maybe. Whoa. An avalanche sends snow onto an interstate? Let's watch this. This is quick.
We had a new video this morning of one of the avalanches along I-70 yesterday. Shane Goldman says his dash cam caught this video at about 5 o'clock yesterday. This was one of the avalanches coming down that sent snow crashing onto the highway. Look at that on the right side of your frame. Look at it. Wow. Drivers got stranded and had to dig themselves out. Fortunately, nobody got hurt, but that's what it looks like. It's beautiful, but it's just unreal, the power and of course, the damage it can cause, right? Highways open again this morning.
Okay, then. Let's see. Let's watch. I'm curious about the reaction to paying higher taxes. I want to see what this guy has to say.
In today's video, I want to share with you what are my thoughts about paying higher taxes in the United States of America. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, and you don't have to agree with me. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Okay.
Okay, so I like to believe that I'm a reasonable person. I want to share with you my point of view. So this is how I see it. If my neighbor asks me for money, not as a loan, but they ask me for money for a cause, then my initial reaction is going to be like, what are you going to use the money for? Like, what's the purpose? So if my neighbor says that they're going to take my money, they're going to pool money, and they're going to fix the road in front of our home, let's just say they're going to fix the potholes, then I would be like, take some of my money. Like, thank you for coordinating this, and please try to use it efficiently. That's what I'd say. If they tell me, Brian, I'm going to use the money to donate it to the government employees of Ukraine, or I'm going to take your money and I'm going to donate it to South American farmers, then my response would be no. Like, I don't want to give you any more money. Like, I don't want to give you money for that. Now, with that being said, if the government wants more money, if they want to tax us more, then my question is why? For what? What's the purpose? So the politicians can waste it, so the politicians can pocket it. If they want to tax me more for those reasons, then my answer is simply going to be no. Like, I don't believe.
Did he really? The Best Gamer says this guy actually went to jail for a Ponzi scheme. Is that true? I don't know anything about this guy. We've watched one other video of his before in the past, but he gets decent views on his videos for his opinions.
Believe in paying higher taxes for those causes. I have a better idea. I can offer up a solution. How about the US government learns how to balance their budgets? How about they stop the wasteful spending? And how about they stop the corruption? How about that as a solution?
Yeah, but they're not going to do that because all that benefits them. That's exactly what they'll never do because they're in power. So why on earth would they do that, right?
I personally feel like we all pay enough taxes as is. Federal income taxes, Social Security taxes, Medicare taxes, state income taxes, property taxes. We get taxed on gasoline. We get taxed on our cell phone bills, on our utilities. In Chicago, we have a restaurant tax, an amusement tax, and the list goes on. Like, isn't that enough?
We don't have a state income tax here in Washington State. What we have is insanely high taxes on things that are considered like pleasurable things like liquor, cigarettes, that kind of stuff. They all have crazy high taxes on that. And also our sales tax is quite high. So anytime you buy something at a store, it's like 10+% sales tax, which is one of the highest in the country. So at least they don't just take money from us because we earn it, but then they take money from you anytime you spend it. So.
Okay, so some people argue that we should pay higher taxes, but let me counter. If you want to give more of your hard-earned money away for a cause or a reason that you feel so strongly about, then I would recommend that you donate your money to a charity. Give away all your money if that's what makes you happy. I don't care. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want. Just don't force your will on me. If you want to give money to Israel, then give it to a charity that gives money to Israel. Don't force me to chip in by raising my taxes. So this reminds me of a story. This is a silly one, so be prepared. I'm a CPA. I'm a certified public accountant. I was preparing a tax return for a young lady in her 20s. So she came from money. She came from a rich family, trust fund baby. And she had about $500,000 in her investment accounts.
Wow, that's a lot.
Mommy and daddy. Okay, so if you didn't know, and this is very important that you know this, whether you like Trump or not, the fact is that he cut taxes for lower income Americans and middle income Americans. Like, that's not up for debate. That is a fact.
Right.
So I'm not going to deny that Trump cut.
What he did is he created something called he increased there's like let me put it this way. If you make a certain amount of money in the United States, the federal income tax is a certain amount. There's categories that you qualify of the amount of tax you need to pay of your earned income in a year. And what he did, he made it that there's a new kind of standard write-off, meaning there's a bigger amount that by default you just don't have to pay on taxes as long as you've earned a certain amount. So as long as you hit that qualifying level, you would pay less taxes. And overall, most Americans are paying way less in tax since Trump changed the tax code. That's just 100% true. What Democrats don't like is that he also changed the tax code to really help out rich people. Okay? So he kind of, in a small way, helped everyone who's normal, and then in a big way, he helped rich people. So he kind of appeased everyone, but people don't like the fact that he helped the rich people at all, so they ignore the fact that the taxes actually got good for everyone. You never hear that. You never heard about that, right? It's true. My taxes changed when Trump changed the tax code. I started paying less taxes overall, which was good for me,
Taxes for the wealthy and the uber wealthy as well, okay?
See, you just said it.
The majority of those Trump tax cuts, they're still in effect today. And most Americans are paying less taxes today and for all these years compared to the Obama days, okay? Okay, so I do the tax return for this young lady, and I tell her results. I tell her this is how much money you saved because of the new Trump tax rules, because this was the first year that the new rules went into effect. So I did like a before and after analysis. And then this girl tells me, I hate Trump. I hate Republicans. She says it's disgusting that I'm saving all this money on my taxes because of Trump.
Disgusting.
So, it was a lot to take in for me. At first, I thought she was joking, but she was being dead serious. Like, I can't make this stuff up. And I'm thinking, like, in my head, like, you saved all this, you saved so much money in your taxes. Like, why are you so upset? Why are you so riled up? Like, what is wrong with you? And you know what she says to me? She says, I wish I could give that money back. I wish I could pay higher taxes. And I'm looking at this girl, I'm secretly judging her because I looked at her charitable donations and it was a big fat zero. Like, if you're complaining and you want to pay higher taxes, the least you can do is at least donate that money to a charity. And she comes back next year and same thing again, zero in charitable donations. So, I run across these people. I run across people like this all the time. And they're just a bunch of talkers. They're so virtuous. But when push comes to shove, actions speak louder than words. So listen, I'll tell you this. If you want to pay higher taxes, you are allowed to donate money to the U.S. government. It's true. You can make your donation to the Secretary of the Treasury. And you can also make donations to your state treasury as well.
All right, we're not gonna go too much further. I was curious what his take was. I kind of understand what he's saying. When they're raising your taxes and they're actually using it to do something that makes sense, like, oh, we are improving things in our country. Okay, when you're taking taxes and literally saying we're gonna go donate to the fucking Ukraine, like, wait, what? gave you the okay to do that? Right? I didn't say that if I wanted to donate, I would have donated my money to those causes. That's available. You could do that. So why on earth would I let you do it? It's forced charity in those cases. Now, the U.S. government does it because they believe it's in the best interest of the country. Oh, if we help Ukraine long term, this is going to help our country because we really don't like Russia and the way their government runs. So as long as we're doing things to aid the effort of people who are anti-Russia, it's going to benefit the long-term, good nature of our country. And is it true? Will we ever really see any benefit whatsoever from all the money that's been sent to the Ukraine? I don't know. I mean, I'm not the person to make that kind of decision because I'm not in the government, correct? But for me, like, I would rather choose. Like, for example, I said this when I moved to Washington State because a lot of people said, why did you move to Washington State? We don't have a state income tax here. Meaning when I make money, the state of Washington doesn't just say, oh, let's just take your money because you made some. Okay? Instead, we have high sales tax. If I choose to spend my money, now they take more of it when I do the transaction. But if I decide not to spend my money, I keep it. They don't just take it by default. You understand? So that's better. And then what the government is saying, the federal government, we just want to take your money because you earned it, and we'll just do whatever we want with it. But wait, maybe I think that money should go better to fund this effort to help people in the United States. What about the insane amount of homeless people in the United States? Why can't our money go to help them? Why are you sending the money across the world to the Ukraine? We have problems here that you're ignoring, right? Why do we want to send our funds and our hard-earned money and taxes to people across the globe when you're not even helping the people right here, right? But and I think in some extent, yes, we should be able to, in our government, if it really is a democracy, we should be able to decide where our tax money goes instead of just you vote in an elected official and then they decide where your tax money goes with absolutely no checks, no balances, no making sure it's in line with the way that the people who voted them in, that's what they want. They just do whatever they want. It doesn't make sense to me. Because you know what? We want to know what happens. For those of you who don't live in the United States, maybe you don't know this. You'll have a candidate who runs for office and says, all right, I'm all for helping the homeless, improving healthcare, and, fixing the immigration problem. Then they get elected and they literally do nothing with any of that. It's as if they never said anything. And it's like, wait, what? We elected you in. You're in there for 4 years. Why are you not doing what you promised? And they'll make excuses and they'll do this. They'll blow smoke and mirrors. They'll work on other things that have nothing to do with it to say, oh, see, we were busy. No, but you campaigned on those 3 issues. That's why you were voted in. Why do you not do anything with them now? This happens all the time in American government. And that's just really sad that we have a government that we claim is a democracy. It's literally not. It's just a bunch of fucking people who have this controlling grip on the country. And we just keep giving them more power over and over. I mean, there's outright evidence of wrongdoing with some of these people, and it's factually proven. You can look it up right now. You can see the things they're doing that are wrong to stay rich and in power, and the people will vote them in again. Vote them in the next term. What are you, a fucking ignorant dunce? Why are you keep voting this person in? Anyway, well, that's enough DS politics for this week. We still have about 15 minutes left on the show, so I'm trying to find a clip that would fit. PC Master Race explained in 9 minutes. How about this?
All right, I'm going to give you $1,000 to buy a computer right now. But look at all these options. Calm down, calm down. I will get you through this. Are you going to help your kid buy a computer for school? It's okay. This video is for you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I'm going to need 6 people right now. $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. Go buy a computer. You're being graded. You're going to college. Buy a computer. All right, hello. Check this out. All around the world, kids as young as 13 are not buying game consoles. Instead, they're buying individual computer parts and then assembling them into a working, powerful computer. You go from doing this into doing this. The only tools you need: screwdriver, flash drive, internet. I know you have at least one of them. Yeah, you guys good? Okay, so all computers have 4 important things inside of them: CPU, GPU, RAM, and storage. Here's what they do. Here are the recommended usages. I hate typing the script. Here's the goal. The computer must last 8 years. What'd you get?
Oh, I bought a smartphone.
What did you get? Oh, I bought like a 2021 mid-tier Mac, and not the Mac Pro. You know, that thing costs like. Why don't you buy this thing? Because it looks like it can do my engineering overtime. All our computers have a CPU inside. The brain. Phones have an ARM CPU. These boys, x86 CPU.
I understand where he's coming from. I don't understand why he's ninja kicking people and breaking their limbs. That's kind of fucked up, but okay, I guess it's funny.
I have apps. I have programs. Not better, just different. I know I'm oversimplifying this, but an ARM CPU is a bit like this, and an x86 is like this. This ARM CPU plays silly YouTube videos on my phone. x86 designed your phone, runs YouTube, and made this video. I'm gonna make fun of you the rest of the video. You stay here, don't hop away. God, man, is that girl okay? Yeah, man, shut up. What did you get? Well, I got an Asus ASDF. That's a lot of numbers. And an Xbox. This is the heatsink I pulled out of that laptop. I'm not joking. Look at the model. When you generate heat, you need to get rid of it. Yeah, I don't mind the heat. The computer works, right? No, it's stupid now. Look at the simulation it took me a month to make. This is a great way to grab heat from the CPU and throw it out. Water cooler. Yes, water. Look inside. This is a good way. Heat pipes, fins, fans. Good laptops do this. This is an okay way. No heat pipes, but fins and fans. Not great, not terrible. This is the typical way. Usually ARM CPUs do this. And this is what I call ghetto tax. Let me explain. Which laptop is the landmine? You want to open up these laptops? No? Okay. Step 1, set the trap. Step 2, load programs that heat it up. Step 3, pray to God they don't cool it down by following these steps. Step 4, new laptop every 2.5 years. I said 8 years, bro. Let's tally this up. 3 computers, 1 console, online subscription. You get a D.
So basically what he's saying is any laptop that doesn't have the real proper path to cooling or keeping it clean and safe will always overheat, will always run like shit, and you need a new one every 2.5 years, as opposed to buying a desktop computer. You just design it right from the get-go, and you're fine. Okay, I kind of get what he's saying. All right.
I give you $1,000 and you spent half of it on video games. Same.
So I was walking through the laptops, saw the CPU, dual core, weak, quad core, 8 core was too much. Then I saw the 6 core laptop.
Okay. Don't let a shiny outside fool you though. Okay, this is a heatsink. This computer's gonna last 8 years. Check it out. 2 spots for cooling. 2, CPU and GPU. See, many computers have a CPU and GPU together. Hot, cramped, separate them. Separate power, separate cooling. Less efficient and heavier, but this boy, definitely gonna outlast this one. No online fee. Games are cheaper because of no royalties. It's initially expensive, but over time, it can actually be cheaper than... What? What do you mean slow? You ever dust it? You've never dusted it. It's like 4 years old, dude. Come on. Oh, core count, it's not everything. Laptops have this much cooling. Consoles, this much. Desktop, this much. Laptop CPU, desktop CPU, same number, very different. The $1,000 you spend will be 5 to 30% slower. Look, I get it.
Wow. Is that true even to this day? So what you buy, it could be the same exact kind of processor for a desktop and a laptop, but because it's in a laptop, it will perform way worse. That's very interesting. That's telling, because 20 years ago, I bought an insane beast of an Alienware laptop. It was chunky as fuck, and it was supposed to be a gaming laptop. That's what it was designed to be. When I plugged it into the power in the wall, it ran pretty good. If I even unplugged it from the wall, the entire laptop would always run like shit on battery. So it was like, just the power supply, you need to fucking have it plugged into the wall, in which case, why'd you buy the laptop if you can't ever run it on the battery, right? So, and that was 20 years ago. So I'm sure today, it's probably even worse in that regard, where you might even have the same components and it just runs completely differently, right? Wow, that's interesting. I'm learning from this video.
People crammed in college dorm rooms, frequent flyers, suffer huge import taxes, almost homeless, I don't judge. Impossible to own a desktop. It's important to keep this extremely important work mobile. Watch out!
And it's done.
That looked expensive.
New laptop?
No, repair shop. $60 repair, $300 repair. Sell that, refurbish, good for the environment. I'm recording on one right now. You can get it on eBay. You get a C. Thanks for the laptop.
But what about my laptop?
It's mine now.
It's
By the
mine
way,
now.
3 different laptops fall into this category. Next person. What did you buy? I'm not gonna hurt you. I bought the MacBook. 8 cores and 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's the same number. It's perfect. I'm gonna tell you all about a company called John Deere. John Deere is a U.S. tractor company. Hello, farmer. Your livelihood depends on a machine that's worth 3 Lamborghinis. You're chilling? Just chilling. Boom, you know how to fix it. $500 field repair. Oh yeah. Hey, our technology is so advanced now that we gotta put computers in that will break your shit if you try to fix it. You might do it wrong. Yeah. What in tarnation.jpg? I can take apart a tractor and put it back together blindfolded. I need the shit repaired now. These crops are gonna wilt. Send your shit to our dealer. A professional will repair it. Yep, this thing's gonna cost $10,000 to repair. Man, fuck you. I'm just gonna buy the part and repair it myself. Nah, we already went to the government for that. Contraband parts now. We also lied about providing schematics. At this point, we can fine or jail you for hacking our shit. Dude, it's my right to repair my shit. I own it. Hey, look who showed up. Apple. Yeah, we pretty much do the same thing with our computers. We're here to kill this bill.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Computer geeks? The hell are you doing out here?
Yeah, I keep trying to get parts like a fucking CD3217 for this MacBook, and the Genius Bar drooled at me and is like, go buy a new computer! Yeah, I just need to solder this one chip, and they're starting to sue us.
It is disgusting capitalist system who is abusing big government's power to take away my freedom.
Free market.
And overproduce to pollute the world, because fuck it, money. It's a real thing that happened in Nebraska, by the way. Aw. A good software, though. Great backdoor security. They won't do everything, but...
He's absolutely right. I heard about that. That's any farm equipment. They basically tried to make it so you can't repair your own farm equipment. You have to pay exorbitant amounts of money for a professional to do it. And because of that, the farmers are in this money landlock where they just have to piss away money for no reason. And so there was a whole bill and everything going on with it. And apparently, I guess the bill never passed. It got shot down because Apple and or other companies similar to Apple got involved because their own proprietary shit is exactly the same. They want it so that if an Apple product breaks, you have to go to Apple to get it fixed, to pay them a ton of money, or you have to buy a new one. Which is hilarious because take a look at Apple products that now it's been scientifically proven that they are throttling your battery power. So after like 2 to 3 years of owning an Apple product, the battery is completely depleted on purpose because they made it happen. So you think you have to buy a new item. When in reality, you don't have to. You need to replace the battery, but Apple won't do that. So, yeah, it's pretty fucked up how messed up things are with technology these days with these corporations controlling
That's not what
us.
they're for. Kind of threw a wrench into their own hardware. Samsung was like, yeah, me too. No charger. Yeah, you don't get a grade. Get out of here.
I got the computer with like a fancy window.
Shut. This is real shit. Your movies, your games, apps, the house you're in, the phone you use. The truth is, studios, factories, engineering firms, all of them purchase professional laptops, desktops, and servers in bulk, and teams of workers design your world. This is the place they hire people. Let's take the simulation for example. You can just do it. You can do whatever the fuck you want, no limits. This laptop would have fucking died if you try to do it. I hate making videos on this thing. Technically, it can do it, but it would have doubled my time. How to download a CAD model, how to set up a computational fluid dynamic simulation, how to import computational fluid dynamic simulation data into Blender, how to use Blender, how to model in Blender, how to import a CAD model, how do I simulate water, how do I render water. You can just do it. I don't even think about it anymore. Oh yeah, my desktop can handle more layers too. This is my anti-piracy here. My followers on YouTube know what it's for. Oh, that's not all. Check it out. Desktop computers use a standard made in 1996. Anything fails, replacing it, piece of cake, $50. You can fix it, they can fix it. Computer stores do this in their sleep. How old is this one?
8 years old.
It's 8 years old?
Yeah, my grandma's PC.
You ever open it up?
Nah, never.
Never? Oh no. This is your grandma? Couldn't you have just bought a fucking urn?
But is your computer loud? Make sure you know what's inside. Maintain it like you would a car.
I would even suggest $100 Chromebook, $900 desktop. You can even remote access your desktop. You get a B. Nice job. No on
All this makes sense, but the one thing that they're forgetting, which he's not mentioning whatsoever, is the problems you have with PC builds. Meaning, how many games today are coming out? If you're a gamer, by the way, is what I'm talking about. I don't know about other applications for the PC, like the development community and stuff like that. But how many games today they claim to be cross-platform at launch, and then they just don't work on PC right at launch? It's like 50% of games now. It's fucked how bad it is. Anything cross-platform just fucking sucks ass on PC because the developers don't vet the software to run well on PC out of the gates. They'll take months and then they'll fix it, right? You hear about this all the time, that the game just doesn't perform well on PC at launch. They're saying about it right now with the Elden Ring DLC, that's happening right now. Everyone's upset. So that's number one, that's a problem. And number two, of course, PCs are outdated so quick. You could buy a PC today, and he says the goal is to have it last 8 years. Please tell me any PC from 8 years ago that can run a modern, brand new AAA game. Unless you're have it on the lowest res, no detail. Good fucking luck. My PC is 10 years old. It could barely run anything. You know, it could run indie games that are pixel art, you know, but is it going to run anything with full 3D modeling and anything from the last 4 to 5 years? Probably not. You know? So, you buy a console, like for example, my base PS5, I will play all PS5 games for an entire console gen for as long as that lasts. PS4 was what? 6 years? 7 years? You know, my PS5 will be about probably 6 years, 7 years. Yes, there'll be options and paths to upgrade. I could get a PS5 Pro if I really care about full, beautiful 4K or whatever. But in reality, that box is good to go. Out, pump the game in, play it, done. No, install, oh, gotta fuck with settings, game's crashing, not working, can't get it to be consistent. Oh, by the way, it's outdated in a year, right? So listen, I think it's perfectly fine to be a PC guy or gal, or in between, whatever. And it's also fine to be a console person. I will agree with this guy with the whole fucking stupid shitty laptops, anything from Apple, you know, any of that stuff. That stuff is 100% overpriced, rip-off shit designed for people who are ignorant to dump their money, right? So, hey, you want to buy a PC? I'm not going to complain. You know, I need to get one eventually, and I'll be in that market, you know. I get it. But for me, like, for content creation and ease of use, I know with these consoles, I turn them on, they work, right? Literally today, if I wanted to do this React show, all broadcast from my PC, I might have had problems. But because I'm using the Xbox and the YouTube app, it works easily. Do you see? I don't have to worry about shit. It works. It just works when I turn it on. I don't have to worry about, oh, crash today, updates needed today, this, that, and fuck that. I just want to do my work today. I don't want to fuck about. With PC, it seems like you got to fuck about a lot. It's not as consistent. You'll get the better performance when it works, but does it work all the time? No. So it's kind of a trade-off. Get the absolute best, but always have the hassle of it may not work and you got to fuck around trying to figure out what's wrong. And sometimes it's not your fault because they fucked up and didn't optimize the software to begin with. Right? Okay, well, that was a good show. Good variety of topics covered, I feel. I hope that you all enjoyed. And thank you very much to everyone who watched live. If you're watching this on demand or after the fact as well, I appreciate your viewership. And I hope that perhaps something you saw today, you consider, hey, I'd like to see Phil talk more about that topic. Become a member. If you become either a submissions tier or an ultra tier member, you have a great chance. Ultra, of course, guaranteed. But even submissions tier, if you take a look at the videos, right, from this week that we watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the video. We watched more than half of the videos for this week, which is great. And so you got a good chance. If you become a member today, please, you know, do so and support the channel and get a good chance to watch it next week when we do the show next week on Sunday, episode 71. Okay? Excellent. Thank you all. I hope that you enjoyed DSP versus the internet, and I will see you next time.